Good evening. Today is March the 15th, 16th, 2025. And this is Engaging Systems, and I have a few things that I want to go ahead and disclaim right quick. Um, the purple pill was an option other than what you've been used to, and I was using it as a metaphor to describe the political parties at a time that I had first put this together because, quite frankly, you've been used to the red and the blue, the Democratic and Republican way of things, and there's clearly other sides, and that's what I'm here to represent. The other side, period. There's another way to do things, and how they are currently being done is in it. It's in it. It's incredible. Incredible. There's no credibility behind anything that it has to deal with. And I am engaging them systems, the gaming system, the phone systems, the governmental systems, the healthcare systems, the educational systems, the community systems, the social systems. It's just gotten out of hand, and we don't realize that there's so many levels to each of these systems that you get overwhelmed and so stuck, and before you know it, your time is out. We didn't come here for this. And that's all I'm here to really let be known overall. We were not born to be slaves and driven to insanity. And that's exactly what they are calling themselves doing. And I say they, the select few that have control. And again, I think that's the main biggest problem that we seem to be having, is trying to control people that were not meant to be controlled. God is our judge and jury, not man. And we have to get out of that. Walking around judging somebody by the way they are dressed, by the way that they smell, and we can go on and on and on. Ultimately, again, who are we to judge? Walk a day in somebody else's shoes and truly understand what that means. Stop talking about it, be about it. I keep stating to individuals that we have to pick a side of the fence. We can no longer just ride the straight middle and think that nothing's hitting us. We are getting bamboozled, brainwashed, and BS'd all day, every day. Literally. It's overwhelming. I am going to be disclosing a few PSAs that need to be told. I'm sick and tired of individuals thinking that it's okay. It's not. It's not. I want to speak, number one, on the phone system, because I think there's a lot of things that need to be spoken on there. And I mean literally. So a few years back, it all started with me purchasing a phone, and there was an issue with the phone keeping a charge, and I had just got the phone. Come to find out, there was a problem with the battery upon just purchasing the phone. So the thing that I came to realize was that the phone battery is considered an accessory. The phone battery itself is an accessory to the phone. I thought phone case, the couple little doohickeys we put on our phones to, personalize them were accessories. No, in turn, the actual battery to the phone is considered an accessory. That's crazy. Because I can't walk into a store, even a phone store, and purchase a battery. If you haven't noticed, your battery can no longer be removed from your phone because our government does not want us to be able to turn our phones off. The phones are now being able to track you, where you're going, where you're at. Location services are on almost all of your Google devices, Google platforms. Google needs to know where you are at. Facebook, Meta, Yeah, folks want to know where you are at all times. A lot of things, like I said, went down with the Patriots Act that a lot of individuals did not plan to say. And if you paid attention, all phone companies did it at the same time. You don't realize you can no longer remove the SIM from the back of your phone. You have that eSIM, and you thought it was such a big deal to have these iPhones and all the rest of it. Garbage, 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 garbage. Technology updates every 2 years, and being that technology updates every 2 years, do understand that during this update process, again, your device is outdated. Now you have all these software updates and all this other garbage that they're doing, and they're doing it intentionally. Why? To get at your money. It's sickening. Every 2 years, you need a new phone. Didn't you notice? Now, it used to be a sell. Oh, upgrade your phone here for free. Switch to us. Switch to us. Upgrades are free. Now you see your phone carrier, it automatically upgrades their device every year, as long as you've maintained your bill and da 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 da. It's hilarious. It's a game, people. What happened to um, the value of a product, and what happened to now this even turns into an issue with the way we're raising our kids, right? Because ultimately we teach our kids to respect the properties that we buy them so that they last longer, right? Or so that they have them for a longer time frame. That longer holds true, because in fact these companies want these upgrades. They need this, they need that, and they sell it to you like you have to have it. And in fact, they have to have your money. You don't need to upgrade. What happened? As long as I have a Nintendo 64 that I die by. I'm a Zelda fan. Uh, Zelda, Zelda, Zelda. So anyway, my Nintendo 64 still works. It's not going nowhere. Nowhere. I love that thing. And I see these kids with all these new devices on the Xbox, this, and this. I remember the PlayStation 3, I think it was the last one that I bought for myself. These kids got this 4 and Nintendo XS or whatever they call them now. I remember old school Atari. I remember the original Nintendo 64 and the gaming systems. We could play with each other. We were able to actually get on that game and play with each other on the same device. It had another controller, and they got to sit next to us on the floor and play that game, or sit on the couch, whatever. We got to play that game together. And then they got these little remote controls that was, um, Bluetooth. Child, I care less about technology, social media, none of that fun stuff. I care less. Keep it, keep it. So anyway, we could play together. It was fun. We couldn't wait to rock out and see who would win was the best, and we were swapping out who it was the best. I have 2 kids in the same household. Everybody got to play. I have 2 kids in the same household, and I wonder why they don't talk to each other sometimes. They don't have to. They're sitting with these headphones wrapped around their heads all day, every day, talking through this microphone, through their phones, etc., hooked up to these gaming devices. And mind you, they can't have the same gaming device nor the same. What is going on? I'm 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 wondering why we are allowing the phone systems. I'm I don't see nothing wrong with a landline. Whatever happened to wait until I got home to holler at me? Nowadays, folks are literally falling to sleep with their devices on FaceTiming. What are we FaceTiming, people? Everybody sleep. The phone is just running. I I mean, seriously, you got the spies watching you even while you sleep. That's scary. Did you not know that the waves that the phone is giving off is a health hazard? And every one of us is walking around with one. They even have these cards that you can put on yourself to try to deflect from the waves that they're, because they know they're cancerous, and they know. Why do you think they're disguising these towers as trees in your neighborhoods? They have proof, documented proof, that these towers are creating health issues, a decline in reproductive rates. Like, people, are we really going to be walking around here like dummies to what is really going on? Are we going to finally step up and do something? I'm asking. 2028 is serious to me. I'm not like your regular representative. And I state this because, in all seriousness, I wasn't born into this. Nobody in my family was born into politics. No, I was not. This is not an ongoing thing for generations to generations. We're going to keep buying the seat for Senate, White House, Congressman, whatever. Do we not realize the silent generation is still in power? These are PSAs, by the way. They're public service announcements for those that did not understand what a PSA is. I'm sick and tired of folks selling inconveniences for upgrades. PSA. Selling inconveniences for upgrades. It's an inconvenience for me to have to come out of my pocket for over $1,000, $2,000 every 2 years for a new phone. Or better yet, every time my screen breaks. For a device that constantly is dropping, having an issue, or better yet, is telling me what I'm doing on my device. Have you noticed that your phones are checking to see if you're not a robot? Why is that? So now so now our devices, which are electronic, are figuring out whether or not an electronic device or a human being is interacting with it. That's new aged. That's a different level of thinking that I don't believe you guys are really thinking on. When you're having your device check to see if a human being is actually the one engaging with the app, the computer. Now I know why there's movies called My Cyborg Husband. Yeah. Is anything real? Because ethics, moral, values, they seem to fall under the wind when you get elected, or whenever you get a seat in government or in judicial playing fields, legislative playing fields. I think there's a lot of um, I think they call it racketeering. There's a lot of that going on within our governmental system. There's a lot of shady, backhanded deals going on, and it's a lot of money and bribes and a whole bunch of things going on, and it's looking just like old mob stories within our government. People are being killed and taken out. Nobody's engaging certain topics or anything that are on tables because guess what? Doesn't They don't want you to know, or they don't want you to go along with that, or the money isn't big enough for you. It makes no sense. It's like all purpose has been lost. I've just seen so many things, and I noticed that folks was complaining about my backgrounds and stuff like that, but I'm not filtered. And I'm not going to start being filtered just because I am engaging my platform. My platform is as real as I am. We live life to the fullest that we can with what we have. Not asking for much, but to live. And we can't seem to do that in this current system. We are slaves, literal slaves. And we treat those that are getting by or finding their loopholes wrong. Can't do it any longer. I've addressed the phone systems today. I've addressed some gaming systems today because some things that just don't seem to be jiving with me, because it's starting to look like these things are starting to affect communal spaces with these online services, because again, I have to have internet in order for them to connect to a game that I physically had to buy for them to download to get onto their device in order to play, but they can't play on the same device together. They have to play on another device to log into that what do they call it, lobby. Child, bye. I'm sick and tired of Fortnite every Tuesday uploading a new skin, and these kids run around here like they have to have it. Why? Because Fortnite uploaded a new skin? Like, get the heck up out of here. If they kept every skin since Fortnite has been out, they'd have over 2 billion skins. And they'd have over 2 billion of my dollars. Why? Because each of them skins is more than $14 a skin. You think you're going to see me every week? Fortnite? It's bad enough. My landlord sees me every month. It's bad enough. I got to pay gas every week, sometimes twice a week, depending on if I decide to run a couple extra errands. What about it? It's my damn car. What I'm saying, people, is that ultimately we are out here allowing them to get away with selling us inconveniences for upgrades. Selling us all the way around the board an inconvenience for an upgrade. I don't care what the inconvenience is. It's an inconvenience for you to be taking that couple dollars for healthcare, but yet you want to be down my back about what I could spend my couple dollars on when it comes time for me to go ahead and reimburse them healthcare benefits. That's some amazing crap. This healthcare field, we'll touch on that later, because I tell you what, I'm overwhelmed. There's been just entirely too much garbage, and I decided to make it a uplifting type of a comeback for this particular YouTube channel for today, because honestly, I have been overwhelmed with the phenomenal BS that is out here that we have been allowing.